Okay, let's break down what we saw. Joining me right now is criminal defense attorney Lara Yeretsian. Lara, great to have you here, and you're joining us at a good time as we get through the crux of these witnesses. Now, I'm not sure what you really took away from that witness. It's just another witness to maybe suggest that Victoria didn't have a great relationship with James Prokopovitch? Why did the prosecution call her?
Maybe. I mean, it could be two things. Number one, maybe they had her there to show that she was happy a few months prior. Maybe they thought she'd seen her closer to the time of her disappearance, but the defense was able to bring out that it was really the last time she'd talked to her or seen her was several months prior to her disappearance. So, I mean, we can only guess at this point what the prosecution is trying to do. That could be one, and the other one could be to show that maybe he had a drinking problem, but I don't think they really nailed that either because it was something that she'd mentioned possibly once, and that was years and years prior to her disappearance. It was in 2006, possibly 2007. Again, I wasn't really sure. It wasn't quite obvious for me why, at this point, they had her, other than these two reasons.
Hmm.
But again, maybe they're building on their case, and it's these little bits and pieces that
Sure.
later eventually will make sense. They're plugging it all into this larger puzzle.
Okay, before we get kind of bogged down in the technology of all this, Lara, my understanding of why this is important and something that's come out a lot today is you had James Prokopovitch say previously that he kept calling Victoria when she disappeared, but investigators have said that's not true, that they looked at the call logs and he didn't call her in the night in question. I'm assuming that's what we're getting to here. What do you think?
Most likely, because most of the questions had to do with information missing. If it's possible for someone to make a call and that call not appear on that person's phone or on the record, and clearly that's exactly what they're dealing with here. They're trying to establish that if he made the calls, there would be some trace of it. They would be able to see it either on the phone or in the phone record somewhere. But we'll get to the point where I'm assuming they're missing somewhere on the phone records.
Yeah.